SVG's Jason Dachman. We're here at the Esports Production Summit in Los Angeles, and I'm here with one of our advisory committee members, Corey Dunn of Esports Arlington Stadium and OpTic Gaming. Corey, thanks so much for taking the time, man.
Pleasure. No, it's always enjoyed this event every single time you have me out. Always love talking with you guys, but then also get the chance to be able to be around my peers. Remember whenever you introduced me a long time ago and I said, Jason, I've got some things that I think we can work on. You've crushed since then. This is definitely kind of that panel and that the groups that we always want to be able to hang around with and people that we trust. So I appreciate you as well.
Well, good to hear that. Good to hear that. So we produce this tiny little thing. You guys do massive events, most notably Call of Duty Championships, which one of the bigger events on the esports calendar. Let's start with it. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, that was a big deal that it decided to come to your neck of the woods. What were some of the basic big things that happened, and what were some highlights?
Well, it kind of all started whenever we did the Call of Duty Major. First, we started that one in Major 1 in 2022. That was at the Esports Stadium, Arlington. That kind of gave Activision Blizzard a little bit of trust that they could believe in us. Then we were able to host the Major 3 in 2023, and we kind of reshaped what we were doing. We built a whole fanfare as well. We built a 48,000 square foot expo that had this whole kind of festival aspect to it. And so all that did was continue that trust. And so Activision Blizzard said, hey, we believe that you guys can be able to build something even larger. And so they said, we'll give you COD Champs. That was the first time that Activision ever gave a team the opportunity to be able to do a championship weekend. So they leaned into that. And so from there, we coordinated with a past partner being the Allen Event Center. The city of Allen has been a great partner to us all the way dating back to 2019 with the Dallas Fuel opening weekend. And then we lean into all of our other relationships that are there in the area. And so one of the things that I loved most about it, though, is Activision had so much faith. We actually changed the whole dynamic of how the arena was set up. Traditionally before that, it was always theater seating. We did it in the round, so a 360 stage, so that the players could kind of go back to what they used to do, which was trash talk from across the stage, so we were able to build more storylines with it. It helped with the fanfare. We did like the WWE kind of walkout scenario. So we were able to kind of really tap into several different things, and so thanks Activision for even thinking and allowing us to be able to build something like that too.
Yeah, and again, that's a big property. Call of Duty Championships, it's one of the larger events, so I'm sure that there were things that maybe ended up being a little more challenging than you expected. What were one or two of the biggest challenges that you guys were able to overcome as part of that show?
Yeah, so I lean a little bit more into the event production side. So one of which is the player practice area. So each of the events, you kind of need this kind of locker room environment that you have to have different setups that allow them to be able to play and practice before they go up onto the main stage. So we actually have 8 teams that were there. And so we had to build 8 player practice areas that have full encompassing of all the stations, but also have the accommodations that they need, being able to see TVs about watching the game so we can make sure they be on stage at the right time. So unfortunately, in this particular scenario, we were actually utilizing the loading dock, and I actually brought in an entire generator dedicated to an AC unit to actually flood. I mean, if anyone knows about loading docks, you're trying to kind of create this air-controlled space, and so that was the first challenge. Then the second big challenge that we ran into is that was also during the same time frame that we had CrowdStrike happened. And so Ticketmaster for us ended up going down, but we were able to collaborate with all of our partners, both Activision, the security, and the venue, and then everybody else on our team. We were able to actually get people filtering into the venue without delaying anything that happened from the production side as well.
Very cool. Well, look, when CrowdStrike happened, everybody freaked out. So the fact that you guys were able to pull it off at all was a big deal. What do you guys have coming up? Again, the Dallas-Fort Worth area has become quite an esports epicenter. You guys are at the center of that epicenter. What's coming up on your calendar?
Yeah, so from a Esports Stadium side, we also do the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup. So collegiate is truly an up-and-coming. One of the things I kind of tie it back to is it's what gaming used to be from an open bracket. We used to all, I mean, if you really think about it, those were college kids anyway playing in those tournaments. The only thing is we kind of redefined it and really kind of created a group that is able to come together where we see logos and brands. So the CECC coming to Esports Stadium, but then OpTic Gaming, we've luckily Activision said, hey, of course we trust you, so we're going to be able to do a major next year as well. So we're going to be able to build that out. It's going to be awesome.
Very cool. All right, Corey. Well, always appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
For more news from the SVG Esports Production Summit, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org, the SVG YouTube channel, and SVG Play.